All right, welcome to the Non-Stuffy Attorneys podcast. Today I am here with Cassidy Lewis. She is the CMO of Cooper Hurley Injury Lawyers.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good to have you on. So tell me a little bit about your history. How did you get into marketing and all that fun stuff?
Okay. We'll go back. We'll go all the
Yes,
way back.
let's go all the way back. We're going to do a little timeline.
I'm old. I was an accounting major in college. And you know how you take electives, right? And I took like intro to marketing as an elective. And the professor said, you need to do marketing. Like that needs to be your concentration. And I was like, I don't want to make commercials. What's wrong with you?
Why did he say? Why did they say that?
I think Well, I think it was the questions that I was asking. I've always been very interested in human psychology, which if you like, that's all marketing is. Like, it's just the psychology of the business world. And so it was very interesting to me, but I think how I thought of it as TV commercials and billboards, which I didn't want to do, which I do right now though, amongst other things. But that was like by the third or fourth class. And by the end of the semester, I was double majoring, which who double majors in accounting and marketing. And then my first real marketing job, I was running campaigns, political campaigns. So doing a lot of grassroots stuff. And then from there, that was 18 years ago.
What does marketing look like for a political campaign?
A lot of grassroots stuff.
Like what?
So it all grassroots. So a lot of the comms came in that side, a lot of the public relations. There was this was local. These were local campaigns. So very limited budgets, figuring out how to make a lot with a little, figuring out how to get people to a spot, right? So some of that event management, it's, you're asking for something. You're not asking for payment, but you're asking for a vote. And a lot of the marketing lessons that I've learned transfer right to Cooper Hurley Injury Lawyers.
Is that right? Like
No,
what?
the database piece, probably more than anything. Like this is our group of people, right? And so these are our raving fans, which we now call at Cooper Hurley our ambassadors. And how do we galvanize these people that love us so much to go and galvanize more people? We got these 10 people that love us. How do we tell them to go and tell 10 more people to love us? That's probably the easiest thing. And then very much so the educational piece. Because when you're running for office or you're a campaign manager, you have to educate people on the importance of their vote and why they have to vote for that candidate. And in injury law, you have to educate people on the importance of an injury lawyer, right? Because we're not losing the battle to competitors, right? My competition is not down the street. My competition is the person that got injured in an accident and doesn't know that they need a lawyer, right? So I have to educate you on the need for an injury lawyer, and then why Cooper Hurley Injury Lawyers is the best choice for you. So I will not be doing politics again. It was so stressful, but there are so many amazing lessons that I've learned from it. I don't regret a minute of it. It was so good.
Yeah. How long did you do that?
Maybe 3 or 4 years. It's not the highest paying job in the world at all when it's local. Probably 3 or 4 city council, school board, city council again, and then like 4 campaign cycles, I think.
Okay. Did you have a mentor?
That professor, he was definitely a mentor for me for years. And he, ironically, is now a lawyer. Out in California. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And he's the perfect one for it. But he mentored me for many, many years.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With the data, like, okay, your database, you're pushing that to get people to refer more business to you.
Yep.
That's really like a gold mine, right?
50% of our business.
Is that right?
Yeah.
50%.
50%. It'll go between 48 to 55. But Q4, we were at like 50. Q4 last year, we were at about 55%. It's and I mean, you do a lot of digital marketing stuff. So the sort of conversations around last touch and this and that. And then we got AI and blah, 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 blah. Last touch will always be there. I'll always need and appreciate UTMs and tracking numbers and yada, yada, yada. But whether they came through my LSA, my Google business profile, whatever it is, when my intake team asks the person how they heard about us, 50% of the time, it's another person in our database.
Is that right?
Yep.
I'm glad you told me that, because with our firm, it's kind of like a real, it's embarrassing to say it, but with most of our clients for our law firm, right? My wife and I have a law firm. They come through Google Ads, and direct mail. And so we stopped having our intake team even ask where they're, and just you telling me that, I was like, what the hell am I doing?
No,
wouldn't we?
No. And it's like but you know what? Don't get down on yourself about it. It's very, very common, because we see that stop. We see that piece in the customer journey, and it's like, this must be what it is. But again, the psychology of the consumer, because we don't really know, because even if we have those Google Ads, the click IDs, right? That's what that is, right? That's still one stop. Even if we were to ask and they say, Cassidy referred me to your law firm, that's still 2 stops. It could have been a 13-step process. It could have been a 13-step process. But number one, you should be thanking whoever referred them. So that's one primary reason, because you want them to refer even more. But it's just like, there is so much fun. I'm a data dork, Joe. So much fun, like understanding like the relationships between, you would think for so many of the people that are getting referred to us by another human, you would think that most of them would be clicking, if anything, our branded PPC, like Cooper Hurley Injury Lawyers. No, it's
all over the map, huh?
It's everywhere. And I'm like, they're clicking our LSAs. I'm like, well, if Joe told you to call, why did you just make me waste $702?
Yeah.
No, but it will drastically change how you look at the customer journey if you have your intake team asking. And like I said, having them also thank those people, those attorneys, the business owner down the street, the former client. It's important.
Yeah. Huh. That has been one of our biggest issues, is I don't feel like we get enough referrals for our law firm. And so we started our law firm in May of 2020, out of the house. We had just moved to Florida from California, and the firm we started in May of 2020. We didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And the whole plan was for my wife to network. She's the attorney. I handle administrative and the marketing end and sales. But the whole thing was, the plan was for her to market, but then COVID shut everything down.
Right.
So we had to resort to, posting on social media and running Google ads and all of that stuff. And we got really busy really quickly. And we just never invested the time in actually, and we still haven't, in really pushing that referral end. So when I hear you tell me 50%, Jesus.
And you'd be surprised. It's not, so if you decide tomorrow you and the missus are going to invest in referrals, right? Let's say 10% of your clients currently come from it. You might be at 15% by the end of the year. It's not going to be like these world-changing numbers. When I started at Cooper Hurley 8.5 years ago, we were at about 12%. You know what I mean? And you just see these sort of that you see the snowball of it, like, oh, okay, like this is wait, this is working, especially because our highest valued cases come from people within our database, attorneys and former clients. Digital still does very well, but half of I look at our top 20 cases every year, half of them came from attorneys.
Wow.
10 of them came from attorneys. And then, dang it, I only don't know because we're talking about it. Another 4 or 5 came from former clients, business owners, people that we know in the community.
Yeah. So how are you fostering? Yeah. How are you fostering the referrals?
Joe, we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Buckle. This is my jam. We didn't even talk about this before. This is database marketing is my thing. If I could,
I know. Look, we have 30,000 people in our database, and 20,000 of them are subscribers to our email list. So we have this.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah, it's like I know that we have a freaking gold mine sitting there, and we're just not. It's
yes,
like,
that is money. You have more than people that have had their firms for years.
yeah. Everyone who calls us goes in. Everybody. Every single
Okay.
person that calls in.
Perfect.
Phone, email, right? First name, last name, everybody.
Okay. Well, look, let's do this. So first and foremost, are they segmented at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really, that's really, really good. So you start with the ones that are most likely to refer, and those will be former clients. You'd be surprised at how important it is to ask for referrals and tell them how to refer, right? So we do that in email, and then we do that with snail mail too. Okay.
Postcards or letters?
We like to mix it up. Our database is 80,000 strong, and postcards are so much cheaper, as you know.
And you don't have to open it up. They see it.
I know.
I used to sell postcards.
Oh, did you? What, like EDDMs?
Well, EDDM sucks for what we're doing. We do estate planning, probate, elder law, right?
Okay.
And like with estate planning, we can get a targeted list. Okay, we're mailing to the primary residence. They have a net worth of $1 million or more.
Right.
The house value is X. Presence of children. So you can get really targeted. With EDDM, you're picking a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I've heard horror stories of the postman having a bad day and just dropping the things, right? Because you can't track the mail. You can't track.
I've heard it. You can track it. You can put some like a QR code. I've heard that too. I don't hate ED. I see. When I was using EDDMs in politics, because those neighborhoods were voting.
That's different, though. That's different.
Yeah. We use them now. We'll use them. Well, let's say we have a billboard, right? And spot X, we'll send them to like a 3-mile radius with EDDM. So to get that sort of, but this is separate from. I think
for injury that makes sense, because okay, if we were going to do it for probate, for example, right? Someone who passed away, and like, you can't really be targeted with that, right? Like you can't really send a targeted piece. So if we were to do EDDM, it would make sense for probate, because you can have a kid who doesn't have a pot to piss in, but his mom died, and the mom has a house that's worth $2 million, and so he could hire us for the probate, right? He doesn't need to even pay our legal fees until, say, he sells the house. But with estate planning, it's a little bit different, right? Like, one, we don't want to mail to someone who's renting out their house. It's yeah. Not even a Florida resident, for example.
Right. EDDMs are branding tools for sure.
That's true.
And you got to know that with any branding mechanism, any branding channel that you use, the ROI will not appear to be there until you become consistent. It's going to look like everything else. Like my TV numbers, the thing I spend the most on is TV. My TV does not appear to do well until you see, overall lift through the years. Like TV and billboards, that's another one. Like people do not call and say, I saw your commercials. And it's because, similar to your services, most legal services, right? It's, I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. Oh, I need you. Now, what's that commercial I saw? What's that EDDM I got? What's that billboard I saw? And that's just the way, if you look at like my branding, cost per case, how it's done, it looks terrible. My overall cost per case is wonderful, but any of the branding channels is terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah. It's funny, when I was selling direct mail, I'd get clients who would call up, right? They do a campaign, 6-month campaign or something, every month mailing. And they'd call in, they say, we need to stop this. This isn't working. Right? This isn't working.
Yeah.
So, okay. And I start digging into it, and it's like, okay, their revenue had, like, every month, the revenue has gone up by like 20 to 40%. Right. And they're not doing any other marketing, other marketing at all. The revenue is going up, but no one's saying that they got a postcard.
No.
And nobody
wants to hire from a postcard. I think it's the psychology behind it. Nobody wants to hire a TV lawyer or a billboard lawyer or a mailer lawyer, but it works. I'm so it makes my heart happy that there's still law firms out there that believe in indirect mail. It works.
We started out mailing 6,000 pieces a month, and we were up to our highest ever month that we sent was 75,000. 75,000 postcards one month. And it's kind of fluctuated. It's gone down since then, but they work.
What does that cost to send out 75,000 postcards?
For targeted first class mail, it was costing us about 49 cents a piece.
It's not terrible.
But I'd buy 500,000 postcards at once, so I was getting a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
On it. Yeah. EDDM's obviously a lot less. Right?
Yeah.
About half
7, 10 cents.
Postage.
Yeah. Okay. We've never bought direct mail. We mail our database.
Okay.
We mail former clients specifically.
So do you have 80,000 former clients or 80,000?
No. We it's about 10,000.
10,000.
It's about 10,000 former clients and referral sources. 10 or 12,000.
That's not too much to mail to them.
It's not no. But we have intakes that we rejected. We no longer physically mail them. We have raffle entrants. I believe in building your database and then figuring out how to segment and talk to that database. Like that, the first part is building it. Like, oh, I put every client in there, put everybody, like you said, everybody that calls. But we use raffles once a month. Like right now we're giving away a $333 Visa gift card. I think next month is gas cards. Right? Everybody needs gas right now. And people, opt into our newsletters and all of that. Raffle entrants are one of our biggest lists too.
So do you segment that out for past clients or your whole database?
What, the raffles?
Yeah.
The whole database. But the real goal is our uniques. So we put them on social media. And so our goal is to get new people into the database. But anybody can enter. And, we kind of had this conversation, like, do we even want former clients to enter? But it's fun to get a former client to win, to come back. And, we try to get a review. We try to maximize it as much as possible. But yeah, anybody can enter the raffle, but we're really aiming for new people added to the database.
Okay. So how do you run? Are you running like social ads on that?
Yes.
Okay. So you run social ads. Hey, I'm giving away a $300 gas card this month. Sign up here and.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. And then we'll announce it on social media. We'll go live, do a random number generator. We typically have, it's a good raffle, Super Bowl raffle, we give away an 80-inch TV. We get a few thousand people.
Yeah.
We get several thousand people, as a matter of fact.
Huh. I like that. And you know what? It's cheap marketing for us, right? Give away a $300 gas card, but for an individual, right? Hey, $300 for gas for
yeah. We do the math of like cost per entrant. It's like 3 cents if you factor in how much money we spend on the ad, how much money went into the gift. Because, and then we have a lot of people that share it. Hey, y'all enter too. You know, they'll enter in their whole family or whatever it is. It's, 3 to 5 cents an entry.
God, I love that. I love it. Okay. Tell me what else you do. No.
I think that referral started the client experience strategy. I always tell people, if I ask you what's your client experience strategy and you say everybody's really nice, that's not a strategy. It's not. And so looking at your customer journey, like looking at the client journey, we always say client journey in marketing, but it's really, you're not a client until you sign the agreement. But looking at the client journey and in what spaces do you impress and over impress your clients to the point where they are so loyal to you, right?
Yeah.
And then staying in touch with them after. For us, like we do something where a year after a client has settled with us, we send them a settleversary letter, and it's just a letter. So, hey, it's been a year since your case settled with us. We're happy that we could make that happen for you. We pray that your healing journey is where you want it to be. Just something, and it's customized. It's bulk for us, right? Because we look at last year's May settlements and send that to everybody. But it's a physical letter that they get in the mail, which I think we need to add on email. But it's a physical letter that they get in the mail, and it does so much for them. We'll come back. Some people will come back and do reviews because of it, or they'll reach out to their legal team or whatever it is. But really focusing on the client. This September, we'll be having our first client appreciation party. Because these are our ambassadors. It doesn't take, compared to TV numbers, compared to your Google ad numbers, the cost per case for this is pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Even with all the gifts, with all the raffles, I track my numbers pretty well. With all of it, it's still, I don't know if we can talk numbers. I would have at least looked at it. Probably about a third of what a digital case costs.
Definitely. I can totally see that. I wouldn't be surprised if it was even less.
Yeah. And we spend money on it, but.
Where are you doing the appreciation party?
At a brewery. We're gonna have a blast.
I love that. We have not done that yet. Yeah. I was in real estate in California for years, and my business partner and I, she did like 4 a year for client appreciation parties, and she did everything by referral, right? She was my mentor. I joined with her. She would do a pie party for Thanksgiving, day before Thanksgiving, give out, right, a bunch of pies. Just clients would come by and generated tons of business.
Yeah. You figure out how to talk to your world. Somebody said that, you don't have to talk to the whole world, just talk to your world. You figure out how to talk to those people, and they're sold. People refer as family law clients. Like they don't care what it is. Like all we do is injury law, but it's like I'm sending everybody I know to Cooper Hurley injury lawyers, doing these raffles. One thing that we found out with doing the raffles, for example, I'm not telling people not to give to nonprofits. You 100% should. But when you're doing something like gas cards or grocery store giveaways, and that money's going right into the community's pockets, they are more attached to that. We've got more, not referrals, yes, referrals, but more reviews off of that. I've never had to use Cooper Hurley, but they are the kindest law firm in Hampton Roads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That those things really have an impact. If you're talking about becoming your community hero, how do I talk to my world? My world is my community. How do I talk to them? What do they want from me outside of my legal services?
Yeah. Yeah. What's your geographical area?
It's called the Norfolk Newport News DMA. So it's 7 cities. It's a very odd region, sort of broken up by a tunnel because there's a toll. So people in the peninsula don't go to the south side. People in the south side don't go to the peninsula. But we have a location in each of the cities.
Okay. So you have 7 different locations?
We actually have 9 because we have
9.
2 in one city. And then we have one that's not in that Hampton Road. It's in the DMA, but not Hampton Roads proper.
Okay.
We have 9 locations.
And you're the CMO for all locations.
That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me, Joe. They work at me, Joe. Help.
You have a team underneath of you?
I do. They're amazing. It's 4.5 of us in total.
4.5.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you have them? What are they doing? What are their roles?
Sure. So I have a director of client services that does a lot of the thank yous. The things that she knows about clients blows my mind. If you can ever find you or her, you can't have mine. But if you ever like, you ever meet those people, you know what I mean? That like they remember everybody's name, and
I'm jealous of those people.
Why do they do it?
Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I meet people that I've talked to several times, and I have to like nudge my wife, like, what's their name?
I feel so.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Isn't it? I feel so bad about it. But she's one of them. And so she's our director of client services. She knows everybody's story, what they're going through, crying with them at any given time. Oh, such and such as mom died. Saying, you crying too? Yeah, because I'm gonna go ahead and stop by the service. Okay. Have at it.
So when does she get involved with the clients?
Okay, so I'll tell you her ascension. I hired her as a receptionist 8 years ago. And she was kind of doing some light stuff in client services. She was sending like the welcome card. She would handwrite the welcome card to every client. That is where she learned the bulk of our clients. Because she would answer the phones and talk to them. She'd be there when they got there. She just knew everybody. As we've grown, it's made sense to pull her 100% in marketing. So she does those welcome boxes. They've turned from letters to boxes. She sends out the 3-month gift. She sends out the 6-month survey. So in that welcome box, she introduces herself and says, hey, look, my name is Ty Bryant. And, my job is to make sure that you are happy. Sort of like to be this agnostic, person in the process. Like, I'm not your lawyer. I'm not your legal team. I'm here to make you happy. The welcome box, she introduced herself. 6-month survey comes from her. And then 9-month gift. And then that settleversary gift. Oh, the end of case gift. Then the settleversary gift. All of them come from Ty. Does all of them. Now the end case gifts look like the legal team sends them.
Okay.
They're from the legal team, but it's really Ty doing that.
Yeah. What's in the welcome box?
We just got a new one. So let me make sure I can remember this. So we've changed our welcome boxes to apply to what they're dealing with. We're an injury firm. So we have like these miniature massage guns. We have a neck pillow. She's going to be so mad at me. We have an injury journal. So basically, this is where you can write your prescriptions, whatever your doctor says, any injuries. We have something that helps them watch for TBI and a few other things that are very important that I approved about 2 months ago. But that's the gist of it.
Okay. What about the gifts along the way?
Sure. The 3-month one, typically for smaller cases at 3 months, the client has stopped treating. So we send them a box. It has a blanket, a movie night gift box. I'm sorry. No, it's called the movie night gift box. A blanket, popcorn from a local shop, and then like movie size candy. So like think like a regular bag of Skittles.
Yep.
And a note from their legal team that says, "Hey, look, we know it's been a rough 3 months. We hope you take tonight and just relax." They love that. That's everybody's favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. And then how about the end gift?
The end gift is a letter from their legal team and an umbrella. And one of the lines says, "We've always got you covered."
Nice. That's great.
Isn't it nice and cheesy?
Yeah, but it makes sense. You know? Yeah.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Okay, so you got her.
Oh, yeah, you were asking me about my team. I'm sorry.
No, I wanted to know. I wanted to know about her. We don't have someone like that, and we keep talking about it. There's a lot of things we keep talking about. We've grown a lot, and yeah, but there's tons of room for improvement from our firm.
Always. Yeah, always. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can do. There is my marketing manager. If I had to say one thing that she really focuses on, is social media and all of that comes with. So it's not just posting, right? There's the videography, there's the audio, there's the setting up of. She does a really good job with that. And somehow she's found her way to being the marketer over our motorcycle campaigns. She's a yapper, surprise. And bikers are yappers. Didn't know that. So where my social battery runs out, she's just going, and they love her. They like, I remember, like we'll go to an event and they'll see the Cooper Hurley table and Chloe won't be there, and they'll be like, "Hey, is your boss Chloe around?" She's over here. Or no, she's not around. Can you talk to me? I want to be your friend. She's not my boss, but okay, it's fine. Whatever. And then Jen.
How did you get her?
I probably do not hire like most people hire. I hire for my deficiencies.
Yeah.
Or things I don't feel like doing anymore. You ever take the DISC test?
No, I know what it is, but I haven't taken it.
Okay. So I'm hiring, because I manage marketing, but I also manage intake. But I'm hiring for an intake director, and I read her DISC, and I was like, let me go back and read mine, because you're kind of supposed to like understand each other, blah, blah, blah. Let me go back and read mine. And one of the things in mine is that if the task is not difficult, do not have Cassidy do it. She will not do it. And oh my God, that is so true. Like, don't make me do a repeat task. I don't want to post to social media. Like I did that early in my career. It's not difficult for me. I know I can do well. So I hire for deficiencies, which means sometimes that I will hire a generalist and have them focus on one or two things, but they may have 3 other things that they handle too. Jen came in, and she's our marketing coordinator, and she handles our attorney referral marketing, because that's its own campaign. I told you half of the cases on that top 20 list came from that. And so staying sort of up to date with that is important. And then we have Janae. She's our half. She works about 20 hours a week, 18 or 20. And she does a lot of our graphic design. She'll write content for us. She's very, very skilled, very organized. Again, one of my deficiencies. But she does a lot of our graphic design and heavy lifting, editing, things like that.
Yeah. Is her graphic design for social mostly?
Social, emails, physical postcards,
yeah,
backdrops. You don't know how much you design until you have somebody on staff. She used to be full-time. She had a little one and decided to go part-time, but I'm never letting her go. Ever.
Okay. Then do you outsource your Google ads?
I do LSAs in-house. Okay. Our branded PPC is run through our digital company just because it makes sense.
Yeah.
but they do our SEO. We do outsource our SEO.
Okay.
Mhm.
Got it. Yeah, our socials, we post a lot, but I'm not sure how effective it is. Like, I have taken the viewpoint, and I did this when I had the sales job with direct marketing. I really learned the importance of the outflow of communication. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I mean by that is, like, the more outflow of communication that you generate, the more inflow of communication you get,
Right.
whether it's phone calls, text, emails, postcards, ads, right? All of that is outbound communication. And so a lot of our marketing has really been on that premise. And I don't think we probably haven't segmented it enough. And really, right, it's been more of like, okay, let's just get on all these channels and just kind of vomit on them. Yeah, and so now we're getting more of a concerted effort to really be intentional on them, but it's still not even close to where it needs to be.
Yeah. It's, and you go to, like, I go to a fair amount of conferences and all that jazz, and it's like, what I know to be true is that every marketing channel works. It's just about, are you willing to put in the time and money? Because people will sometimes aren't afraid of the money, but won't put in the time.
Yeah.
Or can afford the time, but not the money. Are you willing to put in the resources needed to make it work? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, I would say, well, okay, if social doesn't appear to be producing, and we're pretty certain it's not, okay, let's, sort of focus in on 3 that are. But then on the other side of it, you have Google scraping Instagram, you have ChatGPT scraping Reddit, and then you have just general clients, especially younger clients. I don't know if that's a big demographic for you, but younger clients want to go see if you're active on social. They sort of look at that as a brand signal to, who you are. Not that anything has to be grand,
But
but
if you have one post, it's like,
oh, okay, you don't take your business. It's like having a bad way. We would understand it, because I don't know, how old are you?
I will be 45 in a few months.
Okay.
You?
21. Thank you. Let's move
You're
forward.
welcome. I was going to say 18, but
Oh my God. We are in the same age range. I'm 30.
all right.
I'm 37, 8, 7. I'm 37.
It's funny. We were just talking about this yesterday. My wife, we were at a pool, and she was telling them how she went a whole year giving people the wrong age. And not intentionally. She was just like, she thought she was a year older than she was.
We'll be at, like, the doctor, and they'll act like, in your age, and I kind of look at my husband, and he'll go, 37. I'm 37. I don't remember any of it. What after 30? It's just kind of like,
I know, right?
what were we talking about before? Oh, we're the same age range. To us, that'd be a bad website. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, we go to somewhere, and it'd be a bad website. So, and that's what it is for them. I will say,
You wouldn't believe how many attorneys have shit websites.
yes, I will.
Oh my
Because they
God.
call me. Yes, I do. And I don't even know how they're in business.
I
Yes,
know.
I do.
It is literally like what your actual office used to be 25 years ago, right? If you had this disgusting office with stains on the carpet and like holes in the wall and stuff like that, that's essentially what your current website is like if it's a turd.
It'll look bad. The tech it'll be slow. Oh my God, they'll call me, like about the CMO Academy or whatever it is. And I'm like, I think we should invest in your website first. Like, don't worry about me. Let's invest in your website first. Here are some recommendations, and call me back in 6 months. I don't, and I used to be in finance. legal and finance, they are the most behind when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Well, attorneys, it was like my wife, right? When we first started, you know, I have a sales background, so I'm listening to her do consultations, and it was like, are you kidding me? You said what? Right? Or you didn't, this person was ready to pay you, and you were just like, oh, I'll send you an invoice, and then next thing you know, they disappeared, and I said to her, I kept trying to coach her on these sales points, and she finally turned to me and she's like, I'm not a fucking salesperson.
yeah.
And I said, okay. And I looked at her, I said, you know what? Then you need to close up and go work for another firm. Cause she's like, I'm an attorney. I'm not a salesperson.
The attorneys you got to get them out of intake.
Oh,
they are the worst. They will try a case on the phone.
Yeah. Well,
and then what? And then
she was doing that constantly. She'd answer the phone and intake, and next thing you know, she's on for an hour and a half, gave all this legal advice, and just
get them signed up. Just sign them up. Worry about the details. And I mean, I don't have a sales background, but as like the marketing background, we understand that, but they don't. And you would think that they'd be the best in the process. They're terrible. And it's all of them.
My wife really likes to educate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really educate, and they know a lot of stuff. They know a lot about the cases and what's the best situation and all that stuff. But that's different than a sale, and it's different than intake. It's just a totally different process.
They're very intelligent. Like I always,
right.
One thing that a lot of in-house legal marketers deal with is, bringing their campaign into fruition because the attorney will pick it apart. It's like, that's their job, to pick something apart. They're intelligent. It's not that they don't believe in sales or marketing or whatever it is. Their job is to pick something apart. And you have to go in knowing that and being ready for X. But God bless the intake on the other line. They just call for their free consultation.
So you're in charge of the intake team too, huh?
Yes.
Okay. How many do you have there?
3 full-time.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have 2.5 full-time. Good. One's like accounts receivable, but we're looking to hire 1 or 2 more right now.
How many calls do you guys get a month? Do you know?
It's around calls. Thinking of leads, because we get calls for our legal team.
Well, how many leads? That's what I mean.
Yeah, we get about between 1,100 and 1,200 a month.
Whoa! And 2 or 3 people are handling that.
I know. It's a lot. Now about 50% of them are MQLs.
What's that?
Market qualified lead, right? So we'll get junk leads are people looking for other services, stuff like that.
But that's still just a lot of calls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. And then we have outbound requirements for them.
Of course.
So they have to make every week. Each of them have to make 225 outbound calls.
Oh wow, you running a real sales shop over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have non-attorney salespeople, so it's a little bit different. I mean, PI, you have to close them by getting them to sign, right? That's when the sale is considered closed, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny because you don't have to have a signed fee agreement, but you kind of do. My wife hates it when we don't get them. But we have to get them to pay right now. With probate we can do pay later, but if we're doing an estate plan or Medicaid, they have to sell the person, they have to do the consultation, and then get them to pull out their credit card and pay. So it's a real deal. Yeah,
sale.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of management on it, a lot of coaching on it.
Which is typically missing from legal. It's the sales side. Been on this I just started managing intake like 2 years ago. Been on this rampage. Like, it is sales. It is sales. Like, you follow up. You know, oh yeah, I called them twice. They didn't seem like they were really ready to sign up. That's when your job starts.
Right.
Know?
I just wrote this. We just published it. This is actually the draft. This is the one that says not for resale, but I just got my own personal copy yesterday in the mail. But
nice.
It's Mastering the Art of Law Firm Intake and Consultations. So it's about intake and sales in the legal field, the closing argument.
When will it be released?
It's out now on Amazon.
Oh, it's out on Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the closing argument. That was a lot of fun writing that.
Yeah.
I'm doing the audiobook now, and that's terrible. But
why is it bad?
It's because you like read a paragraph or you read a sentence and you flub, and then so you got to rewind the thing and then re-record it, and it's just like, yeah.
Oh, never.
But it's also fun because, like, you know, I'll curse on it and I'll, you know, and then I'll think of other stuff that's not in the book.
Yeah.
That'll come to mind. So I'll say that stuff. Yeah, I'm about, I don't know, halfway through the audio.
Okay. I'm gonna get that one. I told you I just had a new intake person. I'm gonna get that one for her.
Yeah. So when did you join with Cooper Hurley?
It's been 8.5 years.
8.5. And how did you get hooked up with them?
You ask good questions.
Well, thank you.
Because it's or do I have a lot of story time, or is it a mix?
Everything. Dude, I just want to talk to you, and that's all I do. Look, I do this podcast for people like you, right? I'm interested, right? So I'm learning a lot talking to you. I don't really give a shit about what the audience finds interesting. Hopefully they do. Right? But I'm gonna talk to my guests for what like I find interesting.
Okay. I'm here for it. So I owned a marketing agency, got pregnant, decided to come home for 2 years.
Wait. You owned a marketing agency?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I was a fractional CMO.
Okay. What industry? Any industry?
Well, it's not industry specific, primarily service-based. I've always been in service-based industries, though. But I really want to play in product-based because I got a lot of cool stuff. But always been service-based. So think medical, university, mortgage. My mom's a real estate agent, so I've always been in that world, in that sphere. But yeah, so got pregnant, stayed home for a bit, started applying to jobs, applied to a law firm, and did like multiple interviews. And humbly, by the time I'm doing a third interview, I typically have the job.
Yeah.
Firm administrator calls me and says, "You didn't get the job." And I'm like, "You didn't get the job." Whatever. Take it as a sign from God to open my agency back up. Full year goes past. I get a call from a law firm, and it says, someone says, "Hey, John Cooper and Jim Hurley would like to interview you." And I'm like, "How did you get my number?" They're like, "You come highly recommended." And I'm like, "Okay." So come in. First, I thought it was spam, but come in, do the interview, and we're about to leave. And I say, "Who recommended me anyway?" It was the firm that I didn't get the job at.
Oh.
Yes. And he's down the street. I get to see him all the time. And you know, he'll say I've told the story, and like he's like, "It just came down to years of service. You were always so impressive, you know, but
it was like you up against someone else and they had more experience."
They have more years. Yep. And I was friends with her. She's no longer with that firm anymore, but you know, we would talk shop because they did PI for a little bit, but they do other practice areas. So we have a building party every year. He was just at the building party. Noah's wife, just, you know, forever grateful for him referring me because this is where I'm supposed to be. You know, I love Cooper Hurley. I love the leadership here. I love my boss. Most days, just gonna pause for dramatic effect there. Most days I love him. I love how much they believe in marketing. So to me, it's just a crazy story. Like, who gets referred by the place he didn't get the job at?
Yeah. Yeah. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
They let you run the show with marketing.
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So this is the thing. I think what I hear from most in-house legal marketers is that the partners do not believe in marketing. They say it, but really believe. Like, are you really going to say, like, we're going to try this experiment? Like, if it will allow me, I'm going to do Chat GPT ads. It could be a complete flop. I think legal services are not allowed right now. It could be a complete flop. But Jim was like, okay. But one thing that we are always up against at a law firm is that, as a general rule, most lawyers are intelligent. And so if you present them something they've never heard of or that they don't believe, you got to shoot the twos. You got to be confident enough to say, no, this really is it. But yeah, for the most part, like the joke, I keep telling my boss, I was like, I'm tired, boss. You working me to death. He was like, I don't tell you what to do, and when I do, you don't do it. So it's not me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
So when they hired you at first, what was the role? CMO?
It was, and I think there was some title bloat there. I'm a CMO
Yeah.
now for sure. There was a bit of title bloat, especially because my managing partner Jim has always been so involved in marketing. He loves marketing. He loves it, and he's done such a great job at just getting us where we are. He was probably more of the CMO then, and I was kind of carrying out what he wanted.
Yeah.
But that didn't last so long.
Okay. How have you grown since you've been there?
What's the best way to? We've about 7x in revenue.
Great job.
I think I was 18th, 19th employee. I think we're at 53. I say 55 because it's easier. 53. Yeah. We've grown a lot, and it is the Jim's vision. He knows exactly where he went. He does God. You seem like a very intelligent person, and so I think you'll feel me when I say this. We can give some people like our half, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's good." Jim wants 100%. He is not impressed with my
Yeah.
You remember studying on the bus before the test? That's the only time you study. Taste it. That's not flying. He'll like, okay, yeah, that's good, but you can do more. He's a really good boss and mentor to have because of that.
Yeah. Yeah. We have put a lot of attention on hiring people who are better than us at what we're hiring. Yeah. A lot of focus has been on that recently. Yeah. We're sitting at, I say 25 employees. I think we're at like around 23, maybe 24.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
6 years, and you had 2 COVID years.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't know what the hell we were doing for 2 years. We had no clue. Right.
That is amazing.
Yeah. I hadn't been in legal ever. My wife was in-house counsel in California doing business law. And, she had never run her own business. I had a lot of sales and business executive experience, and marketing, but as far as doing something like this, especially in the COVID years, in an area where we knew nobody.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah. The first year and a half, we were in the house, and in Florida, people didn't really give two shits about COVID, really. Yeah. And so people were constantly like, hey, we want to do consults we want to come to your house. We want to come do it there. And so we're like, okay. And they come and they're in the living room, and we got 2 golden retrievers, and they're in the background jumping in the pool. It was wild.
So much. What city are you in down there?
We're in Clearwater. So right near Tampa.
Yeah. Okay. That's a heck of a story. I know it's wild, but that's a heck of a story. Business is closed during COVID. You guys opened and you made it through. And it
Yeah.
sounds like you're thriving.
Yeah, we're doing well. We're doing well. Sky's the limit. We have big, our growth right now isn't what we want it to be. But we have big aspirations for sure.
You'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah,
You'll
for
get there.
sure. It's just putting the right people in the right seat and letting them get on with it.
That the hiring piece, my boss is better at it than I am. I am very much so. I'll figure it out. I'll handle it. I'll do it. Hiring is everything. It is both the bane of my existence because I don't necessarily enjoy it, and also the greatest thing ever. When you as essentially the COO, right, have time to focus on strategy.
Yeah.
And not get in the weeds, man, that's when you just start seeing like, oh, like I got time to analyze my data. I got time to tell intake to say, how did you hear about us? You know what I mean? I got time to implement. I got time to go to conferences and learn from people doing it better than me or join a mastermind. That's when you start seeing those leaps.
Right. Yeah, we're not there enough right now. Like we lost a salesperson, so now my wife is doing a lot of consultations. And so now we are hiring, we're looking for another salesperson, and we're looking for a sales manager, and we're looking for another 1 or 2 intake people. And we're looking for all of those people right now. And so if we hire them all right now, it's going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be chaos, but we kind of need them all right now. That's a little bit of the struggle that we're going through at the moment.
Yeah. Hiring isn't fun.
Do you have an HR director?
We have a firm administrator whose primary job is HR. I hire for me though, for intake and marketing. I do a good chunk of the pieces, but I mean, I just don't, it's not something. And then I don't enjoy it. And then, I had to fire somebody at this. Oh, I guess that was last year. God, I guess it was last year. She was here 3 or 4 months. Like I made the wrong choice. So now I got to start all over.
Yeah.
But got somebody in by the end of the year that's solid.
Yeah, we hired a HR director last April, so he's been here with us a little over a year.
That's good.
Oh my God, one of the best hires we've ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's very good at hiring. Really level-headed. Pushes back against us.
That's what you guys want.
Yes.
I wish people knew that more.
He it was a few weeks ago where Ashley and I both were like in agreement on something, and he was in total disagreement. And I started laughing. I said, look, I think it was about paying somebody or I forget what it was. And he was just like, no, you guys have to stop doing this shit. And I started cracking up. I said, this is why I love you. And he kind of stopped and he said, thank you. He's like, thank you, because some bosses will fire you for that.
Yeah. Seriously. No, seriously. I make the joke, one of my partners asked me, like, when you go to these conferences, I speak at a lot of conferences, do people like approach you, try to hire you? I said, I tell them they can't afford me. And I don't necessarily mean in dollars. I mean, can you afford me telling you no and get out of my office? Can your ego afford somebody much smarter than you in marketing, humbly, that's not afraid to speak up?
Yeah.
And the best leaders want it. Like I look at, the people around my boss and people that he's had around for years, we all have such strong personalities. And I just think, I'm like, Jim, why did you do this to yourself? It's, you hear somebody argue, no, Jim, because such and such. He's like, well, I don't know. And then an hour, everybody's okay.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, for our marketing company, the Non-Stuffy attorneys, right? Mm-hmm. My business partner and I, Ryan was doing our Google ads for the law firm. Him and I became real close, decided to start the marketing company. And a good friend that Ryan had, his name's Nick Vetter. Him and they knew each other for many years, worked together. we decided to hire him as the CEO. And he's not a partner he doesn't own any of the business, not yet anyway. But we looked at it and it was like, okay, he's the best person for that role. And we kind of just, at first there was a little bit like, well, he doesn't own the business. Should he be the CEO and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, after a while, it was absolutely, it totally makes sense to put him in that role. And yeah, it's been great. The company's grown a lot. And a lot of it's because of him and how, yeah.
What practice areas does non-stuffy attorneys serve primarily?
Primarily, most of ours are estate planning and elder law, but that's really because it's only been open for a year, right? 13 months now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen great marketing. I feel like I've seen you guys around for a bit, but okay.
Yeah. We market the hell out of it. So when we first started, Ryan had all of the experience because I had referred a lot of people to him when he was a freelancer from Facebook, right? A lot of attorneys that I know. And so he had grown a pretty big estate planning and probate, but then other attorneys from other practice areas would hit him up. And then, so that was kind of how we just started. And so a lot of our marketing was just geared towards those practice areas.
Okay.
What we noticed is that when we market for an attorney, most of our marketing is done on social. We've run Google ads, but they've kind of flopped. But when we run an ad for, say, estate planning attorneys, we'll get leads coming in and consultations being booked. When we run it just general law firm, right? And we just say, hey, we do law firm marketing, it tanks.
Yeah.
It's really wild. Yeah. You have to be really specific. But yeah, we have PI and family law and criminal. Those are, we do really well with those too. But the majority, I think it's like 55 or 60% are in the estate planning, probate, and elder.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our big thing is our directory. So we create our own.
Okay. Good to know. I'll be adding Cooper Hurley injury lawyers in 20 minutes.
Yeah. I think the URL will eventually be non-stuffyattorneys.com, but right now I think it's directory.nonstuffyattorneys.com. We literally launched it like 2 weeks ago. We haven't really promoted it much yet. Mm-hmm. We're in the process right now of scraping all the bars and putting the attorneys in it. So they just have to like claim their listing. Mm-hmm. But talk about it, a lot of work to do that. Oh my God. But yeah, we're going after Avo and lawyers.com. We're like, screw them. We're going to do it. We're doing it. We're the non-stuffy attorneys. And yeah, what we've built out is light years ahead of what they got.
Good.
It's exciting.
Disrupt the industry.
That's right. That's the whole purpose of it. It's like when we first started, right? And I'm sure you'll have some reality with this in regards to marketing. You really need to know your avatar, right? Who you're and what makes them tick and all that. Now, because COVID had started, I couldn't really go out and interview people face to face. And that's really the best way, because you can get people's emotional response to what they think about something. But what I did was I read over 1,000 5-star Google reviews, over 1,000 1-star Google reviews, and I literally kept tally marks and did a survey on what was being repeated over and over. And there was 3 things, but one of them was that the attorney was relatable, that they were down to earth, they were just like them. And so that's how I came up with the tagline, non-stuffy attorneys. And so our law firm is At Cause Law Office, with the tagline, non-stuffy attorneys. And I shit you not, we get 10 to 15 calls a day, people saying, hey, I called you guys because you're the non-stuffy attorneys.
Yeah.
And the general public thinks attorneys are stuffy.
They are intimidated by the Esquire. I keep telling attorneys that people are intimidated. I keep telling my bosses because they are regular people.
Yeah, look. I've talked with hundreds of attorneys since over the last several years, and they're all, with the exception of one or two jackasses, they're all relatable and
They're
normal.
regular.
They're like someone you'd go have a beer with. You go to the brewery.
Yeah.
Right.
Jim is going to tell bad dad jokes.
Right.
7 days a week.
They're all
7 days a week.
Right. They're just normal everyday people, but that's not what the general public thinks. And it's unfortunate. So our mission is to really disrupt and change the public's perception of what an attorney is. And yeah, it's exciting. It's going to be people are going to actively be searching out for a non-stuffy attorney. Like, hey, I want a non-stuffy attorney.
Absolutely. I love it. And I've seen so many, like the long-haired attorney, Josh Hodges. What is his tag now? Joshua Hodges. He is but like I've seen this now where they are independent, not as grandiose as what you're doing, but like hey, I'm me. I'm going to work in a trucker's hat. Smartest person in the room too. You know what I'm saying? So I love it because people are just so very much intimidated by that Esquire.
Right. Totally. Yeah. It's a shame. It comes from TV and movies and all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the folding arms commercial. I will not allow my attorneys to do it no matter what. I don't care if they're doing a serious commercial. You may not fold your arms. Figure out something else.
It's been fun. Yeah, the marketing company we started a little over a year ago. I think we have maybe 15 employees now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's been great. It's been great. I want to go back and ask you something else. First, what CRM are you using? What is that pause?
You know as well as I do, legal does not have a good CRM. They don't have what we use.
Yeah.
They don't have a HubSpot.
So what are you doing?
Crying. We use FileMine and Lead Docket.
Get out, dude. What? I'm not happy. I'm not happy that you told me that.
I stopped. I got quiet for you to move on. You chose to stay. And it's from what I hear, FileMine is one of the best case management tools, right? And so we use Lead Docket and FileMine, and then we use a third company, Blue Orchid, which is similar to a CRM, does a lot of things, but like how we know a CRM, and this is the only industry I know this to be true in, how we know a CRM, it doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't exist.
It does. Let's go build one.
Well, I did. I mean, I didn't.
We want to start a business together. Never mind.
I wish I could give it to you, but so we build out, Zoho?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we build out, we have a developer. We started building it out a year and a half ago. Yeah. It took us 3 months to launch it. Mm-hmm. But so from January to beginning of April is when we launched it with our team. And then he's still constantly working on it. But
yeah.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Like when I looked at the stuff before, we first had Practice Panther. And then I was like, this sucks. So we got Salesforce. Oof. And I remember I paid a guy $20,000 to build out a call cadence. Mm-hmm. Okay, someone gets a quote, they don't sign up. I need a call cadence that simple. I come in simple.
Day 1, day 4, day 6.
Right. Paid him $20,000, gave me a terrible product, didn't work. And we were stuck with Salesforce for a year, super expensive. Mm-hmm. And then I found this realtor software called Close, CLOZE. Yeah. And I totally jerry rigged it. We used that for about a year and a half. And then we got, I found Zoho, and it has been unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you doing your market? How are you like segmenting and doing stuff like that?
So you can segment in FileVine. It's a lot of Zapier.
Okay.
All right. So lead docket and FileVine. So lead docket is just for leads. FileVine is just for cases. So leads that you don't sign up do not go into FileVine. Well, any good marketing or salesperson would know that that's going to be your biggest list, and you should still market to those people because they could be a qualified lead in a year, in 3 years, or they could refer. So we basically send everything to Blue Orchid, everything from lead docket to Blue Orchid, segments it, and then it puts it back into FileVine.
Okay.
And then on top of that, Blue Orchid, and we're just now getting this together. I need to approve this last one. They will send text messages and emails based on status and day. They'll do the email, the drip campaign, but it's just not. And lead docket is pretty solid. They do have the tasks, they do have the cadences, but like you can't do any HTML coding in a lead docket email. So that's nice. It's 2026. I really do like lead docket for what it is, but
get them to switch over. Build out Zoho.
We still got a few years, so there's that part also. I'm whispering for a reason.
Did you write out all of the drip campaigns? Is that like your role?
Yes, I think I wrote them out the first time, and this is probably the 4th iteration. I have an intake director. She edited this, and then I redlined it. That's why I said I got to approve it, because I redlined it, and then she gave them back to me. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this is for everybody listening. I wrote out the first one pre-Chat GPT. Y'all got Chat GPT on your side now.
Yeah, it's a lot of work figuring out oh my God.
It's a 72. I mean, I come from buy or die. So it's a 72-day drip.
Buy or die. What's that?
Oh, like either you buy or you die. Like we sell to you forever.
Oh yeah.
Buy or die.
Yeah, that's how our call cadence is. After 30 days, they go into a monthly, and it's just like they either buy or die.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. We got such a limitation, so we don't do it forever, but it's 72 days, and then you get dropped into something regular.
Yeah. How are you segmenting, or are you segmenting by like injury type, or are you, with like email campaigns and text?
Well, because we do injury law, and we primarily do car accidents, but we do some premises, and we do some railroad, some dog bite. Car accidents are like 90% of our business.
Okay.
So that's where they really the real drip campaign is a 72-day one. The other drip campaigns probably 30 days, and it's just a lot lighter. That's actually next on my to-do list, is to build that out, because those premises cases can be large cases.
Oh, really? Yeah, we're going to get into family law next, but I do want to get a PI attorney and build that up.
It's great. It's expensive over here. I coach some
expensive everywhere.
But you run the Google ads, the PI, it's terrible. It's horrible over here. But I mean, it's expensive, but we have those large settlements a lot of times.
Right. What would be what would you consider a large settlement?
$100,000 or more, but I mean, we've settled 12 million. So
yeah,
you get what I mean?
Totally.
So we
the
start
12 million are few and far between, though, right?
Say that again.
12 million those are few and far between.
Right. 100. And I pause because my lawyers wouldn't say 100,000 is big. When it's like, woof, that starts at $500,000.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm in marketing and I appreciate, you get a few $100,000 settlements a month. You're doing all right.
Right.
That's why I pause. I think the litigation attorneys would disagree on what's considered large.
Yeah, it is definitely expensive. How do you determine what your marketing budget is?
We live about that 20 to 25% of expected revenue for the next year. Now in PI, we're supposed to be shifting up to 30%.
What do you mean? Why do you say you're supposed to be shifting?
It's just so expensive. PE has entered the market. They will come in and flood a market.
Yeah.
We got a very special somebody looking at billboards and buying our name on PPC.
Ugh.
We got all the Top Dog, all the Big Owl, all of that in radio. There have been some significant shifts in PI since I've even been here. So the suggestion used to be between 20 and 25%. Now it's like 30, 35%. I'm like, which is why we will consistently focus on referrals, because that cost per case is going to be cheaper. I don't want to compete with you on radio. I don't want to. Whether I do or do not, I still don't want to.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, I'm tired.
You're young. Shut up.
That's right, because we said I'm 18.
Yeah, we started out at 25%. Now, does that 25% include your marketing staff?
No,
Okay.
I shan't allow it.
Yeah, same.
No, I think staff is staff. We're not producers. I mean, we produce work, but if you start to do that, I think it's going to run your cost per case up. Or at least I'll say there's a place for it. You know what I mean? There's a place for it, but no.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, we started out at 25%. We're down to 18 now. I'd like to get it down to 15, but I would never go below 15. It's funny, estate planning, probate, elder law, it's like shooting fish out of a barrel for marketing purposes. It really is. Like, these guys don't market. It's wild. It's really.
That's what I'm saying. Estate is PI. Everybody markets.
Yeah.
But estate plan. I look at some of their. I'm in their Google AdWords. I'm like, this is what you pay per click. I pay that to log in to Google Ads. They charge me to just, you're back. Okay, we're gonna charge you for being back.
That's good. Well, we should probably wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me, look, you know what the hell you're doing. You obviously are super sharp, and so you have the coaching program and the courses. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the CMO Academy, there are two sides to it. There is the mentorship side where I sit down with your in-house legal marketer and coach them, right? We go intake, client experience, digital marketing, social media marketing, community marketing, all the things that we need to talk about. And that's the sort of heavy one-on-one coaching. The other side are the videos. It's 63 videos made for ADHD people like myself, where, I don't think there might be a 20-minute video in there, but most of them are about 15 minutes or so, 12 to 15 minutes. Same topics, obviously not quite as customized, because in the coaching program, we build together. Like, you don't have, like we were talking intake, you don't have an intake system build out. We're going to build the system. All right. You don't have an attorney referral program. We're going to build the system. But in the videos I teach, it's lawyers, in-house legal marketers, sales people, intake people, operations people that do the videos, same topics. And they all focus come in at, we're going to focus on the why, the strategy, high level strategy. Why do we do attorney referral marketing, right? Then we're going to focus on the how, some of the tactics to get it done, and then the KPIs, always the KPIs. So I talk about like our customer journey here at Cooper Hurley Injury Lawyers. And a lot of it, a lot of examples I have is centered around PI, but because I coach estate planning and family law attorneys also, those are all woven in there because it really is transferable. I was out with a VP of marketing at a bank, and she's about to do the course. Because you can take that knowledge and say, okay, I'm going to apply it to my firm or to my industry, to my business. But that's my CMO Academy.
It sounds great. It sounds
Yes.
great. I should have our marketing director do it. Probably will.
Yeah, you have lifetime access. For a period in time, there were more lawyers that did it than marketers. I think that's switched back now, but that's been really, really good.
Okay. What KPIs do you focus on most for marketing? I know I said we were going to end, but I need this.
Remember, I manage intake and number of leads.
Okay. Just raw leads.
Raw leads, but then number of qualified leads.
So you're doing both?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to try to give you like 5 or 7. I'm a data dork. Okay. Number of cases, of course, but then number of larger cases signed up, because that right there for an injury law firm, that's where we make our money.
Yeah.
And then let me figure out what I'm going to choose from there, because I could choose 30.
Those are the easy ones.
Those are the easy ones. I'm looking at digital leads and cases a lot, because even though we get so many of our cases from referrals, they still want to go to our website. They still are looking for injury. They'll get that referral from their aunt and still search injury lawyer near me. And if the impressions and all of that is not up, there's an issue. So I'm gonna say digital leads and cases. And conversion ratio, for sure.
What is it?
Conversion ratio.
Oh, okay.
So staying up above that 90%. So we talk to 100 people, convert 90 plus.
Okay.
Final answer. If you ask me in 10 minutes, different.
It might change. Yeah. Yeah, we got to start tracking referrals, because I think you would put referrals on that list too.
Well, you know what? Some of this is seasonal. Like, referrals do so well. I do watch them. Like, they're on my KPI sheet and they're broken up by all of that. Like, was it a former client, a former intake, all of that. But they've done so well, I don't have to watch them as much. You get me?
Yeah, I do. You know, we keep KPIs on everything, anything and everything.
Right.
And every employee has at least one KPI of their own, and it measures production. Okay. So it's like, it really should be, if you do X, Y, and Z, or you do X and Y, Z should happen. Right. And I don't know, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but referrals, I feel a little bit out of control with. Like, okay, for Google ads, right? If I double the budget, I should get double the leads, if not more.
Right.
Right.
It's the same thing though. It's difficult to appreciate it because it's time as the resource. If you, and it's not immediate.
Yeah.
We've done so many thousands of touches throughout the years. Now I'm going to say this. Out of 12 months, we're going to have 2 bad months of referrals and 2 really good months of referrals. Okay. But for the conversation, generally, we're going to get about 40 cases a month from other humans because of stuff we did 4 years ago or last month. But we've done so much work, it's pretty much going to be there, and unless we stop. You know, the work that we're doing now for referrals will not materialize for another 2 years. And I think people feel like I have no control over it because you have to put a lot of the time in, a lot of the effort in. And it's not A plus B equals C. It's A plus B equals frog. But, you know, like one of the
it's like I guess it's like if you continuously, right? It's probably a lot like direct mail. If you send one mailer, you're gonna get shit.
That's exactly. Now you used to sell this, so you know.
Yeah.
You know it's same principle.
Yeah. All right.
Go by the CMO Academy. Referral marketing is in there a few times as a topic. Attorney referrals, former clients, all the way understanding your database, and go implement those. And let's talk.
Love it. Go sign up for it. I'm going to sign up for it. So your ass better sign up for it too. Well, Cassidy, it was great talking with you.
Yes.
Thank you for joining.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite guests so far. Yes. All right. Perfect. Well, have a good day, everyone.
Thank y'all. Bye.